Everyone, I'm Naina. In today's video, I will walk you through some of the interesting features of Summer 20 release and also help you understand how to determine whether your sandbox falls in preview instance or non-preview instance. Let me first quickly brief you through the Summer 20 features that I found interesting and then I'll get into demo. The first feature is split views. Split views was earlier available in console application. With Summer 20, it is available in Lightning Salesforce application as well for all the objects in the navigation bar. Second feature is optimizer. This is an existing feature, but there were lots of enhancements which was done as all the recommendations with Summer 20 are available in Lightning app, which means you don't need to scroll through the hundreds of pages in PDF. And the third feature is release updates. Release updates provides very detailed information which we used to find in critical updates console earlier. You can consider this as a single page for reviewing critical updates and security alerts. And the good thing with release updates is admin will get a clear instruction on when the due date is, what's changing, and how this release update will impact their existing implementation. So this is a beta feature. Hopefully, when it hopefully it becomes GA by next release. And the other interesting update I would see is for bulk API, the limit has been increased from 10,000 to 15,000, which means you will be able to process 150 million records in a 24-hour period. Last but not the least, dynamic forms is available and it's not generally available. However, with this feature, you don't need to go to page layouts to add fields and sections because this is something you can do from your Lightning app builder. This feature is available only for custom objects. For those who could not sign up for pre-release yet, you can click on this link which is posted on my blog and you can sign up for the pre-release org by filling in all the required fields and then start exploring all the features of Summer 20 release. I have already logged into my pre-release org and I have logged in using login.salesforce.com. Let me first talk about the split views. As I said, split views is available for all the objects in standard navigation bar. So for demo purpose, I have picked opportunities. Okay, sorry about that. So this is how the earlier the list view used to appear. With Summer 20, you could see the additional option of split view in table in display as section. So what I do is I click on split view. So what happens when I click on split view is you can see the list view and the record detail page side by side. Let me click on split view. So if you see on the left side panel, you see all the records of my recently viewed list view. Let me select any of the record and I can see on the right side, you could see the detail page. So folks who works a lot of time with list view, probably it is very good functionality because it saves lots of time in switching of tabs. Okay, what is the next feature? Okay, optimizer. Optimize, as I said, it's an existing functionality, but there were good enhancements that was done for Summer 20. For those who is using optimizer for the first time, from the setup you can find the optimizer. Click on the optimizer and for the first time you have to allow access to the metadata. Once you allow access, you can click on open optimizer. And when you click on open optimizer, you need to run the optimizer. For the first time you have to do it if you haven't done. I've already ran my optimizer on April 20th. And you see once the optimizer completes or scans the entire org, it sends you out a notification saying that it has completed the analysis. And you could see the notification being popped up in the notifications icon. So even you see this is a split view of Salesforce Optimizer where you can see what are the unused reports which are in my org. And you can see that there are 108 unused reports. and probably I can review those reports when the last run was or when the last modified date is, and probably the recommendation for me is to delete the reports. And there is also a help article embedded here for those in case user who is reviewing optimizer doesn't know how to delete a report, they can review the help article as well. So you see the results, optimizer scans the metadata, provides you the results, and also provides you recommendation as well. And there is also view in setup, which will, when you click on this, it will take you to the reports detail page, reports page basically. So this is very helpful viewing setup, and there is also, so this is what I was referring to. You could see the, when I click on viewing setup, it takes me to the reports page. Okay, and you could also see that there is sort functionality. For example, I would like to review the components of for which the status is review required or no action required. So I can leverage this sort functionality. Maybe I would like to review components which takes less amount of time. You can just sort any of the columns as per your need. So with Optimizer, you can check what are the different limits that you are close to hit, or what are the API versions which are outdated, or if there are any object where it has got multiple Apex triggers, or how the file adoption is for your org. And this is something Optimizer you can run in Sandbox and also in production org. So that is all about Optimizer. And let me now move on to the third feature, which is release updates. As I said, it's a beta feature, and it provides a very detailed information as we used to find earlier in critical updates. But over here, you see lots of other things. There are different tabs, like for example, due soon, when the release update. I mean, you can probably review all the release updates for which the due is maybe within 30 days. I mean, something of that sort. That's what this due soon tabs talks about. And you also there is categorization. For example, the first release update falls under security category. Few of them falls under usability category, and then few of them falls under performance category. Accordingly, you can engage relevant stakeholders from your team so they can review this release update and act on it. And most of the release updates also have this test run supported functionality. I'll talk about it in detail. Let me first click on view details so you understand what this release update is all about, what is changing, and how this may impact your org. So this provides very step-by-step instructions for the admins to understand what it is all about. Then probably they can assess the impact as well. And now what I do is I click on get started. You also see there is complete steps by. Basically, the recommendation is to complete or assess the impact by August 8th for this release update. Let me click on get started here. So if you see, if I click on get started, you also see there is a automatically enforced, which means release update, if you don't do anything even now, automatically this gets enforced in winter 21. And the recommendation would be to assess upfront, so to ensure that your org is not impacted when it gets auto enabled. So, as I said earlier, many of the release updates also have the test run supported functionality. If I click on start test run, which means I'm enabling this update, and I can go ahead and do my testing, assess the impact, and after that, I can stop this test run as well. This test functionality would be available only till August 8th, complete by. This would be the end date for testing. Let me stop test run. You could also see the progress as well. How if I mean during your testing, you can also see the progress as well. After reviewing all the details, at the final step would be you can provide confirmation that I have done everything. I have assessed the impact. I'd like to turn it on. So this is what done is all about. Moving on, let me talk about the other update of Samadhan release, which is the limit is increased to 15,000. Okay, Last but not the least, we have something called dynamic forms. As I said, with dynamic forms, first what you need to do is, in order to have this feature, you have to enable this first by going to user interface and click on record page settings. This is how you can turn on this feature, and this feature is available only to custom objects. Okay, let me open my custom object, dynamic forms demo. Okay, so this is a custom object. I click on edit page. When I click on edit page, it takes me to the Lightning app builder. I've opened all the tabs up front to save time. So, and if I go to details component here, you see there's an option called as if you would like to upgrade to dynamic fonts and start putting individual fields and sections. So definitely I would like to upgrade because I don't want to go to page layouts and start modifying in page layouts because I want to leverage this functionality. I want to do everything from Lightning App Builder. Let me click on upgrade now. It, I mean, this tells you what all things that you can do. Put fields and sections anywhere on the page, create sections, and I mean, this is very much self-explanatory. If you want to show or hide any of the fields and sections, you can use component visibility in Lightning App Builder, and accordingly, you can control the visibility as well. And the other very important thing that I noticed is this page also supports mobile view as well, phone view. And this also improves the performance because all the fields and sections are migrated to accordion component. And that's how it improves the performance as well. Now, what I do is I finish all the migration. And what I do is I would like to add few of the fields like created by using Lightning App Builder. Okay. So I have added created by. Maybe I would like to add last modified by as well. And as I said, you can control the field visibility by clicking on set field visibility, and you can change the UI behavior whether you want it to be read only or required. You can do uh, by selecting this radio buttons, and you can click on save. I mean, you can activate after making all the needed changes. So this is all about dynamic forms, and yeah. So that is all I have for Summer 20 features. And last but not the least, it's very important that you do good testing to understand or to assess if there is any existing functionality which is being broken because of Summer 20 upgrade or because of latest release upgrade. So basically, sandboxes are split into two groups: preview and non-preview. Preview instances are the one which get upgraded to the newer version of Salesforce before production instances. And non-preview gets upgraded at the end of major release along with other production instances. Uh, Let me quickly help you understand how you can how you can evaluate whether your sandbox falls in preview or non-preview instance. For that, we have a tool called this, which is already posted in my blog. If you don't know what is the instance, I mean, how to determine your sandbox instance. If you're a newbie, all you have to do is from setup, quick find, click on sandbox, and you could see the location, the yellow, which is highlighted in yellow color. This is the instance. Once you know what is the instance of your sandbox, or come to this sandbox refresh calculator, and to, I mean, basically this is a consolidated view having preview and non-preview. You can manually look for your instance and check whether it falls in preview or non-preview mode. Or the other way is you can use this uh, free lookup option. Maybe I would like to key in key CS65 and wanted to check whether it falls in preview or non-preview. So this instance falls in non-preview mode, which means you need to upgrade to summer 20 by May 29th. May 29th is the cutoff date for uh, for preview instance, which means any sandbox which you refresh after May 29th will get into non-preview instance. They will have Spring 20 after May 29th. Any sandbox which you refresh now, between today and May 29th, they all will have Summer 20 release as they go to preview instance. And you can also use status.salesforce.com to check the release, in which release you are in, and what is the key dates for major releases. For preview instances, whether you refresh or whether you do not refresh, for example, CS41, let me pick up CS41. CS62, what is this? So as I said, you can also check the version here, which version your instance is in right now. And as it is non-preview instance, this sandbox will be upgraded to Summer 20 on July 18th. So that's how you can check for the key dates. And all the preview instances, for example, let me come back here. Let me pick one of the preview instance, CS41. As CS41 falls in preview instance, automatically it will get upgraded to Summer 20 release on May 30th. As you see, on May 30th, this sandbox will be upgraded to Summer 20. So one thing we need to keep in mind is May 29th is a cutoff date, and any refresh after May 29th will go to non-preview instance, which in this case is Spring 20. It is recommended to have at least one full copy sandbox with preview and non-preview, so you compare and assess if there is any issue with upgrading to Summer 20 to your existing functionality. All right. So this is all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for taking all your time to watch all our videos on our channel SFDC One Stop. If you are newbie to Service Cloud, there are lots of different topics that we have covered. These are very primary, these are the primary topics when it comes to Service Cloud. Please go ahead and watch if you're interested. And please do subscribe our channel because we'll be having few more interesting videos very soon. Thank you so much and have a great day. Stay safe. Thank you.